So this is a little bit different for me. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the Variety Top 100 horror films of all time. I've seen people talk about this list, so it seems like it's pretty important. So I figured I would just go ahead and throw my hat in the ring. Love the horror genre, so this should be interesting. I should probably do more videos like this anyway, just because. So I'm not going to waste any time. Also, before we start this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe button, comment. It means the world to me. Would make me very happy. Thanks for all of you guys tuning in. Also, you can check out my link tree if you guys want to check out my filmography, and always looking to connect with other filmmakers, content creators. And yeah, let's get to this list. Number 100, Repulsion, Roman Polanski. I like this film. I think there's better Roman Polanski films, but this film is very stylistic. The scene in the halls with the hands coming out, very iconic. I would recommend this film. I'm going to try not to talk about these in great detail just because we have 100 to go over, which I don't know why I'm doing this now when I have stuff I have to do. Suspiria, Dario Argento. Okay, I think this is a good spot for it. I'm not the biggest fan of Dario Argento's Suspiria. Like, I would probably say it's not even in my top 5 Dario Argento films. It just didn't hit with me, just didn't connect with me, although I do really love, Luca Guadagnino's version. The Devil's Backbone. Okay, yeah, got to get Del Toro on here. I hope there's more of his films on this list that are a little bit higher. The Haunting, 1963, absolute classic. I actually thought this one would be higher. I seriously thought this one would be higher. I have not seen the 1999 version yet, so I wonder if that'll be on here. It's not going to be on here. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Again, this is another one that I thought would be higher. Okay. Another classic. I mean, Donald Sutherland, man, he was just... I really... Oh, speaking of that. Oh, I hope Don't Look Now is on here. If it's not, then... Dead or Alive, Brain Dead. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've seen this. I just remember the lawnmower scene. Okay, I'm not going to complain. Event Horizon. Wow. Okay, now I know that this film is like popular. I know it's a cult classic, but I did not expect this to be in the top 100. Okay, that's very pleased to see that. Cat People, 1942. I've actually never seen this film before. I've never seen this film. If I say that I've not seen a film and you highly recommend me watch it, definitely let me know, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've seen all 100. Although I might have. I don't know. Whoa! The Human Centipede 2? Like, this is a top 100 horror films list. Like they put this above Suspiria. Okay, all right, we'll go with it. I've seen Human Centipede 1 and 2. I have not seen 3. I don't know if I ever will. Dead of Night. I've not seen this one. This is another one that I've not seen, so I can't really talk about it. A Page of Madness. I have actually seen a little bit of this. I have seen a little bit of this. I have not seen the whole thing. I have heard of it. I need to watch it. I've actually heard a lot about this film. Especially on Reddit. I think it was on the Criterion page. So I've not seen this. I need to check this one out. House of Dracula. This is another film. I have it, but I have never seen it before. I've not seen Blood Feast either. Now we're getting... It's embarrassing. But this one, The Vanishing. Oh my gosh. I would put this film in like the fucking top 5. Like, I would probably put this one in top 3. Number 87? Goodness gracious. For those of you guys that have not seen The Vanishing, Spoorloose, the 1988 version, it's terrifying. It is really good. I fucking love this film. I love showing it to people for the first time. I was actually, one of my friends is, I was a guest in his class. It was a film class. And I got to watch my short films with the film class, which was really cool. And they were picking films to watch, for the students. And they asked me one of my recommendations, and I said The Vanishing, because I love this film a lot. 86, Village of the Damned. There are definitely people that like this film more than I do, but you won't hear me complain. Reanimator. Okay, I think this is a good spot for it. I probably wouldn't go higher. But I'm not surprised that it's on the list, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm surprised. Ooh, Dead Ringers. This is another one that, when it comes to David Cronenberg, it's probably not even in my top 5. It's just David Cronenberg. He has so many good films, and this one was just one that did not hit with me. Although I was very impressed with how they did like the twinning, I guess. Little Shop of Horrors. This is another one. I'm surprised that it's. I don't. Is this like a classic? I mean, it is a classic. I seen it whenever I was little, but I feel like when I was little, I heard about this film a lot in school, and then now that I'm older, I don't even hear anybody talk about it. What Lies Beneath? Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is a. I don't know. I would like it to be higher, but I don't want to complain because it's on the list. This is actually kind of. This is kind of shocking that it's even on here, but okay. The Wolfman. I'm cool with where it's at. I'm not going to complain. I'm not really the biggest fan of the earlier Universal monster films. Like my favorite one is probably The Invisible Man, but I get it. It's a classic, so I'm not going to complain. The original House of Wax. I have seen the newer House of Wax. I have not seen this one. The Omen at 79? What the fuck? Wow, that is low. That is really low for The Omen. Like, I thought it would be top 10. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've seen all of these. Like, look, if you guys give me shit for not seeing one, oh well, you know, it's easy. I can just sit down and watch it. So, Angst. Ooh, this is another good spot. My buddy LR will be happy with this one. Again, this is one that I'm surprised it is on the top 100, but I think it should be higher, but I'm not going to complain where it's at. Angst is actually really cool. It's like one of those few films that's filmed in kind of like real time. It's good. I like it. It's one of Gaspar Noé's favorite films, so that should tell you what you're getting into. The Blob 1958. I'm going to be honest. I don't like The Blob 1958. I don't. I feel like it is probably one of the most boring films that people recommend a lot. And I like the 1970 version, Beware the Blob. I think that's what it's called. I like that one better. I'll just be completely honest. And the 1981. So I Walked with the Zombie. I have not seen this one, so I'm not going to talk about it. The Descent. Jeez, this film should be, again, this is a top 10. 75? I'm very curious to say. There just must be a lot of films that I don't consider horror. I must be so desensitized to the whole fucking genre that I don't even know what's a horror film and what's not. And I'm going to go up here and be like, is this really a horror film? What the fuck? 74? Nightmare on Elm Street? So is Nightmare on Elm Street like 4, 5, 6? Are they in the top 10? What the hell? This is like, I'm assuming this is the only Nightmare on Elm Street film that's going to be on this list. What the fuck? I'm not shitting on the list. I'm seriously not, but goodness. That is wild. That is wild. Oh, at 74. Blood of Dracula. I've not seen this one. Not seen that one. Creature from the Black Lagoon. I like the film. I thought this would at least be like a top 50. You know. Hostel Part 2. Wait a minute. Nightmare on Elm Street is at 70. I like the Hostel films. I'm curious if the first Hostel was even on here because, I mean, I like them. I'm happy with the spot that it's in, but it's just like there's a few that are underneath it that, I don't know. The Wailing. Yeah, I'm cool with this. I like the film a lot. I do. I like director Na Hong Jin. I think that's how you say his name. I have all of his films. The Wailing's good. Near Dark. I don't know if I can complain. It's at 69. Heck yeah, we're going with it. That's a great spot for it. We really need a 4K for that. The Sixth Sense. This is one that you would probably think would be a lot higher. I'm cool with it. I'm not really the biggest fan of the film. I need to revisit it. It's just when you have the twist spoiled for you, there's not really, in my opinion, too much to it except for the performances. Possession. Ooh, yeah. I wish this one was higher, but I'm still trying to even. I just don't even know if Possession is even a niche film or not, because Andrei Zulawski is one of my favorite directors. I've seen his whole entire filmography. And yeah, I love Possession. It's such a good movie. Like, if you guys have not seen Possession, you need to. It's so fucking good. 66, The Babadook. I like the Babadook. I'm not upset with where it's at. The Incredible Shrinking Man. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I don't really consider it like too horror. I mean, it's I don't know if I would consider it more of like a thriller or something. It's I don't know. Planet Terror. Is it 64? Okay. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know if I would think this one would be higher or not. Uh, I guess I'm cool with where it's at. Yeah, why not? The Gremlins. Ooh, I love the Gremlins. I love the Gremlins so much. I'm cool with where it's at just because it's on the list. Um, it genuinely has some freaky moments to it, I think. I'm cool with this. Right? Right? I'm cool with this. Candyman. I like Candyman a lot, actually. There's one specific scene with the dog that is actually, I think, probably one of the more impactful things I've seen. Yeah, it's cool. I'm sure some people would argue for it to go higher. Funny games. I love funny games. For me, and this is just me being, excuse me, very biased. I would probably think that funny games I would put in like probably top 15, but I don't think a lot of people are going to complain where it's at. Very controversial film. Oh, whatever happened to Baby Jane? I would put this one higher, man. I would put this one higher. I need to rewatch this one. I really do. Very interesting feud on this film. If you guys want to look up like the behind the scenes, it's very interesting. I liked Raw. I'm cool with where it's at. I think I like Detain better though, honestly, but I'm cool with it. Peeping Tom. This is another one. I'm happy with where it's at. I think more. I think people like this film more than I do. So we'll leave it at that. But very interesting film for its time. It definitely did change the genre, I think. There we go. Another Cronenberg, The Fly. Um, yeah, I'm cool with where it's at. I'm not sure if there's another Cronenberg film on here. But yeah. Oh yeah, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I love this film a lot. I would put it higher. Honestly, this film is fucking amazing. Such a good. If you have never seen The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, even if you don't like silent films, I think you'd really enjoy it. It's so good. Let the Right One In. Yeah. I mean, I like where it's at. I think it's. I don't want to say it's overrated, but I do think people enjoy it more than I do. Ooh, 53 Eraserhead. Ah, no, that's a top 10. It's a top 10 for me. I know I keep saying like, oh, that's a top 10. But this list is subjective, so and my opinions are subjective. So yeah, just remember that. So if I say it's a top 10, look, it's just my opinions. Blood and Black Lace. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. Irreversible. See, I never considered this a horror film, but yeah, I mean, we're cool with it, I guess. Yeah, sure. Oh, Oni Baba, yes. I'm happy that it's even on the list. Yes, yes. That this film is. If you've never seen Oni Baba, one of the greatest, not even one of the greatest Japanese horror films, but one of the greatest Japanese films ever. Yeah, the Kuroneko is also really good too, which I don't know if that would be on the list or not. I hope so. The Witch, yeah, I like The Witch. Some would argue that Robert Eggers' first film is his best. I think it's crazy that he has a hard time watching his first film, which is nuts because it's great. The Birds, fantastic. I really hope this is not the only Hitchcock on this list. The original Godzilla, another classic. Believe it or not, Godzilla minus one is my favorite Godzilla film. Like I love that film a lot. I know it's not even recency bias. It's been out for like a year and a half now, I think. So The Thing, 46. Ooh, yeah. This is one of the greatest films. Not even just one of the greatest horror films. One of the greatest films. I'm surprised it's this low, but we'll go with it. Oh yes, The Invisible Man. Yes, yes. This fucking film is great. Yes, Claude Rains is amazing. Like yes, yes. Manhunter. Yeah, this is a great spot for Manhunter. This is yes, very very great. And Brian Cox, Succession fame. Vampire. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's a classic. I actually bought one of my friends this movie on Criterion, and I have the Criterion. I actually read the script for this film too because it came with this the Criterion. So yeah, this is a good spot for it. 28 Days Later. Yeah, why not? The Devils. Yes, yes. This film is fucked. This film is fucked, but it's good. It's really, really, really good. So I'm assuming that if The Devils is on here, I wonder if Clockwork Orange or Solo would be on this list. Because I mean, if they're considering this a horror film, I mean, and Funny Games is on here, and Irreversible. So The Bride of Frankenstein, good pick. One of the best Universal classic monster films. Quantity. Oh, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I've not seen the whole film. I've seen the film. I've not seen the whole film. I have it on Criterion. I need to go back and watch it. I need to. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to get to it. This might be a good month to do it. Freaks. Yes. 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 Freaks is one of the most inspirational films to me. Ooh. Ooh. Deep Red. Probably not even in my top 5 favorite Argento. You guys are probably like, what the fuck? Like, what Argento films do you like? Bird of the Crystal Plumage. Tenebrae. Opera. Hereditary, yeah, Hereditary's great. I'm cool with this. I love Hereditary. This is my wife and I's first date, actually. The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've not seen this one. I've not. I've only seen the Donald Sutherland version, so I can't really speak for this. It's on my list, though, so. Evil Dead 2, yes. Evil Dead, fuck, I love all of them. Like, Evil Dead just does not miss. Imp. Thank you. Yes, I did an analysis for this film. I did a little video essay if you guys want to check it out. This film, yes. Fuck yes. This film is amazing. Yes. The Night of the Hunter, yes. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so excited right now. Fuck, I should do more of these lists. I would probably put this higher though. This would go pretty high. This is in my top 20 favorite films of all time. Or 25, something like that. Ring. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm curious if The Grudge is on here. Oh, Eyes Without a Face. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to consider all these other films horror films, you got to put this on there. So, yeah. Phantom of the Opera. I've actually never seen the 1925 version. I've only seen the one with Claude Rains, so can't speak for this one. I know I should probably see it. But hey, I'm doing good so far. There's only been like a couple of films on this list I've not seen. Wicker Man, I bought the 4K special edition set from Studio Canal. Wicker Man is so damn good. It's so creepy. Fuck yeah, dude. Dracula, I like Dracula. I think it actually helps that it doesn't really have a soundtrack. Yeah, and it seems like it's directed by the same guy that did Freaks. So busy year for this guy, Mr. Todd Browning. The Innocents. This film is beautiful. The Innocents is beautiful. It is such a beautiful film. Like, there is something about seeing a black and white CinemaScope film. Like, they look so good. So good. Scream. Yes, Scream. Now I'm just curious where, like, wonder if Friday the 13th is on here. The Blair Witch Project. I love The Blair Witch. I grew up with this film. This film is so good. Dawn of the Dead. Oh my gosh, this picture. There is actually a picture of me on Instagram like 5 years ago where I'm going, and it was compared to this picture. I don't think that's a fucking compliment. But Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite films. It is a top 10. I love Dawn of the Dead. George Romero, he's got that big woo-woo energy. Like, he's fucking great. Carnival of Souls, classic. I love Carnival of Souls. This is such a good film. If you've not seen it, it's on Criterion. This is a perfect, like equal parts Bergman and Ed Wood. This is fucking, I would say a mixture between like Bergman and Lynch, honestly. Like, Carnival of Souls is great. Black Sunday, sure, but I wonder if Black Sabbath is on here. Mario Bava's got 2 films on here so far. So, Get Out, yes, I love Get Out. There are actually a lot of people that say Get Out is very overrated and it's not as good as people think it is, and I've actually heard that quite a few times. And I'm not going to argue that, but I actually love Get Out. Like, I really love Get Out. I think Get Out is great. The Mummy, yeah, I like it. Like, I'm not the biggest Universal Monster fan, so... Hey, my son decided to show up. Say hi. Come here. Come on, get into the frame. Say hi. Here, say hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Silas, can you please give me an uh-oh?
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm saying. The Shining is one of my favorite movies. 18? Okay, I am very curious. This is regarded as like the greatest horror film ever made from a lot of people. I want to see what is above The Shining. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I love The Shining. It is like so inspirational. Fucking love this film. Oh, I want to say diabolical, but it's diabolique. Or, yeah, I think. Sure. Yeah, this is a really good film, and I think it's funny that Hitchcock almost directed this, which is kind of funny. I think Hitchcock would have done a great job with it. Halloween 1978. I'm actually cool with where this is at on this list, but I know this will probably piss off a lot of people. So, but I like Halloween, of course. Who doesn't? Yes. Yes, Don't Look Now. This film is amazing. This film is so good. This is a top 10. I feel like it's so pointless for me to say this is definitely a top 10 when it's at number 15. So, I mean, is that funny? Nosferatu. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I feel like Nosferatu would just be this high anyway, just because it's Nosferatu. I mean, it just would. Like, look at that. Like, how could you not want to kiss that face? Silence of the Lambs, my second favorite film of all time. You know, the funny thing is, Kubrick is my favorite director, but my top 2 films are not even films directed by him. It's Silence of the Lambs and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my favorite movie. Let's see. King Kong? I mean, yeah, this is probably a horror film back in the day, but we're going to go with it. Sure. It's still a great film, though. I love it. I like Peter Jackson's better, though. I know. That's going to be controversial, but you know, who cares? Alien. Yes. Yeah, this is, I think, a good spot for it. I think this is a good spot. I'm not even going to say top 10 because it's at 11, so we're just going to leave it here. Carrie, yes. I don't think people realize how, like, I feel like Carrie is so much scarier when you get older. It really is. Especially when you have, like, kids and stuff. Like, it definitely has stood the test of time. Like, it is probably one of the best Kubrick, or not Kubrick, King adaptations. Yeah. You will not hear me complain. Solo is fucked. This is going to sound very controversial, but like the first time I watched this film, it was a horror film, and then the second time it was a comedy. And the only reason why it was a comedy is because if you look at the behind the scenes of this film, whew, yeah, this film is, they were all having fun filming it, but Solo is rough. Solo is rough. I took a nap before or after watching Solo, and I woke up and I felt weird. It's yeah. Frankenstein. Yeah, we'll go with it. I mean, I personally wouldn't put it this high, but yeah. Audition, hell yes. So, yeah, I love Audition. I ain't quit saying yeah, but Audition is great. If you've never seen Audition, I'm sorry. This is such a good film. I think it's on Arrow Video. They have an Arrow Video release for it. Very happy with where this is at. I'm actually surprised it's this high. Night of the Living Dead. I would personally put Dawn of the Dead here, but I like Night of the Living Dead. It's definitely the public domain movie, so any horror film that you watch, you're probably going to see it playing on the TV. Rosemary's Baby, absolutely. This is what I was talking about with Roman Polanski. I think it's funny that Repulsion is at number, I think it was 100, and now this is at number 5. So, big jump there. Jaws, yeah, I think Jaws is a horror film. It's definitely one of those horror blockbusters. I love Jaws too. It is, yeah, Jaws is one of my favorite films. I fucking love it. Psycho, yep, I love Psycho too. I'm not going to complain. I wonder what the two the top 2 films are. I have an idea of what number 1 is. I'm pretty sure I know what number 1 is. Or maybe I know what number 2 is. I'm not sure, but let's see what the top 2. The Exorcist. I love The Exorcist. This is great. Okay, I will put it there. I am so confused why a Friday the 13th film isn't on here. Like, I thought the first one or the 6th one or like the final chapter would make it, especially if you're adding some of these other ones. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street is at 74. Like, huh? Which I can't say anything because the film Hellfest, I think it's a top 10 horror film. I love Hellfest. So I guess I got to respect people's opinions. So, sure. This is a good spot, though, for The Exorcist. Yeah. I need to quit saying yeah. But yeah, number 1, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is my favorite movie ever made. I've seen this film on DVD. I've seen it on Blu-ray. I've seen it twice in theaters. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is my favorite movie ever made. This is the film that I have seen the most. I rewatch it basically every year, maybe even multiple times a year. I even watched this film 3 times in one day. I love this movie. This is a great spot for it because the thing about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is if you look at any of these films, I feel like you could damn near emulate every single one of these films. And when I say that, I just mean like The Shining. You look at something like The Substance. It's not hard to make things look symmetrical on film and then put like a nice carpet. I mean, and I know that might sound like I'm being harsh, and I'm not saying that that exactly replicates that film, but tonally, it is easy, I think, to replicate most of the films on this list, whether or not they succeed or fail. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like the one film I'm not even sure if you could actually replicate really any of it. Like, I have never seen a film that is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Somebody said Eden Lake. No, fuck no. Eden Lake is great. Eden Lake is a great movie. Don't get me wrong. But this, yes. I've disagreed with most of this list in terms of placements, but me and Variety, we are on the same page with our number 1. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe, and I'll see you next time.